welcome to Pepper's Echo. My name's Andre, and great to have you all. Yeah, I'm waiting for you to motivate me. Let's take a look who's all here. Good evening, or should I say good afternoon, to Buzzy Lynn. How are you keeping? I'm sorry, I've been such a letdown to you today. I've been all over the place and not where I should be. Hendo, how are you keeping, my friend? Teresa Bowman, hello. Thank you very much for joining. Cameron, die hard, buddy, always there. And of course, Fiona Timms, the White Zulu. Or I can't say the White Zulu because that's copyright. White Zulu. White Zulu Queen. There we go. White Zulu Queen. Or, I don't know if it's White Zulu Queen or White Zulu Tunny, because I know in Ronaldo's case you were talking about being the Tunny. So I don't know if it's White Zulu Auntie or White Zulu Queen. Whichever. White Zulu, welcome, Fiona. Always great to have you along there. Buzzy, Cameron, White Zulu, Cameron, Teresa Bowman. It's DVD. Dude, long time no see. Have you been recovering today? Nice to see you on, buddy. Always good to have you around, DVD. Buzzy's moment, Teresa, Hendo. Arbot, my favorite chef, man, from the left hand down south. Brilliant. Always nice to see you there. Nice. What's it? Fiona Kerktani like Erica. Is Erica a Kerktani? I thought Erica was a teenager. Now you tell me she's a tunny, hey? Nah, man. Eric will have you were roasting there, bro. And then, of course, my lovely wife, Ina. Hello, babes. And yeah, just White Zulu will do, thanks. There's no more queen anymore. Okay, no queen anymore. So White Zulu Tunny or White Zulu Auntie? No, I'm kidding. Just White Zulu. Welcome. Buzzy's moment says, how's it, Arbot? Yeah, Arbot always around. I don't have very, very much today. As you can see, I'm trying hectically to keep my eyes open. Why? Because the damn rugby was at 2 a.m. this morning. So did I catch a sleep before that? No, I didn't. I stayed awake till 2 a.m. What time did I get to sleep this morning? 5:45. What time does the internal clock wake me up this morning? 7:30. So, of course, I am running on freaking empty. But I am over the moon, Hendo. What do you think of the show? Absolute crap second half. But if you watch the first half, it should have actually helped you look like really, really good. Very, very nice. So, yeah. What did we want to take a look at? Places to be, people to see. So, don't forget, White Zulu. She has her very, very own, and I don't think there's anything yet, except for, I think there's a nice little intro over here. Let's do a share so I can give you the proper intro for it. Thanks, Buzzy. I think it was old Buzz that did this one. And share with sound. That one over there. Wacko. Bammo, give it the full beat. There we go. Just for you, coming soon to a YouTube near to you. Putting my own clicks in there. Oh, hang on. Okay, we don't want to have Assassin's Creed. Okay, we don't want to share that again, but we are going to share her YouTube screen. So don't forget to go and zoot over to White Zulu. It is Fiona Tim's site, and she has an excessively interesting story that she is going to share with us. I can't wait for it. The story of a misplaced South African. There is the website if you'd like to go and take a look at it. So long. Massively interesting to read. So I'm not going to read it to you because Fiona will sue me. She has copyright. I'm kidding. It's on the internet, and there is quite a bit that you can actually just read to actually get into what she will be reading about. Take a look at the story, who she is. And what I love about it, it is supported by pictures and authentic pictures, true pictures. Let's pick something out of the gallery. Number 9, history book, The Cape. Wow. Remember them wedding dresses? Sexy in those days. What's it say there? Granny on her wedding day. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, but there is the gallery. I'm not going to go through the gallery with you. I'm going to go home and I'm going to tell you to go over to whitezulubook.com and you'll be able to see a little bit about what you will be reading from her or getting reading from her, and zoot over to her site, which is White Zulu. There's already 245 subscribers. I think I'm half the problem for not having it up yet. I do apologize, Buzzy, because we've got to run with a little bit of StreamYard. But once that's up and running, very, very easily done. Absolutely. Yep, your gran. I was counting on it being your gran and not you there, Fiona. Good stuff. So, yep, well done. Guys, go over, subscribe. It is surreal. Absolutely surreal. Love it. Love it to pieces. What have we got so far? Yes. Hendo says, yes, you were in the yeah, I was on the Rugby Ascendant chat room. And I had half the screen up with Rugby Ascendant, and the other half of the screen I had a friend of mine here in Cambodia who was also watching. So I had that on Telegram, and I was just hoping that I wasn't cursing on the wrong screen, because at parts I was ready to absolutely start speaking in tongues, and I hadn't even started the church service this morning yet. So I was like, yeah. If we could have just got those 2 balls over as well. And in the second half, of course, I'm telling you there, I didn't even know what tongues I was speaking in. But yes, I climbed onto there too as well, and it was a lot of fun. The strange thing is that Rugby Ascendant I watched my rugby on stan.com, and it is an Australian streaming site. You pay, I think it's $16 to be able to stream one item screen, one screen at a time, whether it be a PC, whether it be a TV box, whether it be your tablet or whatever. And then you pay, I think it's $10, or I don't know, but it comes to about $16 altogether if you're just doing the one, because you pay $10 extra for sport, and I think $6 for the streaming device, because the streaming also has series, and it has all that wonderful stuff, and then you add $10 on for sports. So I watch mine on Stan, and Rugby Ascendant is actually about 25 to 30 seconds behind it. So I'm like, rah, 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 yes, he scores, and then I'm listening to Rugby Ascendant going, and he's going down the left-hand side. I'm going, but he just scored. Oh, he scores. Oh, yes, there we go. You got it. He scored. And but I love Chris's commentary on it. So without any ado, there is a let's open up his one and show you Rugby Ascendant. That is Chris Wyatt's rugby channel. And as you can see, it's already got 1.63K subscribers on it. As you can note over there, I am subscribed as well. And what a pleasure. It is so nice actually hearing Chris get excited with us, telling us what an indecent gentleman the ref is at times. And just like joining in, he's very, very well versed at knowing what's happening. I love having that running. I run it together with my stand that I'm running, so I can hear the stand commentary at the same time, but then I can hear Chris on this side as well, and he's making a hang of a lot of sense. So when I'm starting to and then I hear Chris, and I'm going, yes, of course I was right. Listen, Chris is shouting that as well. I was right. He is being a blind mouse and things to that effect. So definitely zoot over to Rugby Ascendant. That's Chris Wyatt's rugby channel, and he does live commentation. He does not show the rugby. So if you think you're going to get a free rugby match, do not pop over to there. But he does do commentating on it and a lot of insight into it. And it's really, really nice to see somebody that is not bound by studio rules actually doing commentating to it. While we're on Chris Wyatt as well, don't forget news, views, night owls, good interviews, absolutely an enormous knowledge. Retired Colonel Chris Wyatt He's back in Pennsylvania. I think he's recovering from his trip to South Africa. He's had an absolutely magnificent trip to South Africa. I'm still catching up on all the videos as well. And wow, wow, wow. He has had such an adventure. But what a well-versed person. If you're wanting to know news and views, don't forget to catch up with Chris Wyatt. And you can see him on Chris Wyatt Africa. As you will see, I are also subscribed to Chris Wyatt Africa. Colonel at his best, news at its best. Forget about SABC. Forget about anything that you are going to be able to pull out of the country that has been segregated and absolutely just bashed on by the country to manipulate you into believing this or that. Watch Chris Wyatt. He gets the right people, speaks to the right people, and has the right things. Then, of course, our very own Master Kint on the other side. This man is really, really good. Enjoy him thoroughly. And what a pleasant person. What an insightful person. He's full of videos, got a lot of shorts in that as well. Really, all the time in the world for him. Ronaldo Gous. Guys, if you haven't been over to him, hop over to him. He's got 116K subscribers. He has the world watching him every day. Don't forget to actually zoot over to Ronaldo. He's really a treat, and absolutely his heart is in the right place. I know people sit there and go, but he's a DA. No, he is a DA person, and it's what we all find that would be the most appropriate to look at the country. But your political views are your political views. I'm not going to spill the beans over here, but he doesn't politicize all over the place. He actually speaks his heart as well, and that is very, very much appreciated. Somebody that I very much forgot about the last time, and I truly beg my greatest sympathies, is from Benoni. I don't know where you actually stay, but there is a Tannie from Benoni that comes onto her stream every now and again, and we don't want to miss our very nice Tannie, Rebellious Roof. And she has absolutely wonderful videos in that as well that keep on popping up, keeping our neighbors safe. La Luna is back, the wedding hooligan of the weather hooligans. Amazing adventures of life. She actually had Chris Wyatt on her show as well. Use and not but. I don't know. My butt never uses and. I kicked him on his and. It doesn't sound right. Always I kicked him on his butt. So I don't know where you get that from, Ruth. Use and not but. You know what? I always smack my wife on her and. No, that doesn't sound right. I smack her on the butt. No, anyway, but yes, don't forget to run over and subscribe to our very, very good friend, Rebellious Ruth, on her channel as well. Very, very interesting over there too. So let's get back and see what I've missed. Yes, you were in the chat room. I was in the chat room. Arbot, did your birthday go well yesterday? Oh, did we forget Fiona's birthday? Did we forget Fiona's birthday? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm dreadfully, dreadfully sorry. Let us do something for you. Just especially for Fiona, I forgot. I did not forget. I did not know. But let's do this one for you. Make sure it has some sound on there, and hopefully no one's copywritten this song or something like that. And we will give it to you. If you don't hear the sound on this one, it's because I got a copyright and I've had to take it out. But especially for White Zulu.
Narito na. Wimpo! Okay, pivotara. Pomelo? It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. It's your birthday. It's your ba 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 banana. Ba 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 banana. Oh, ba Yo, plano fu, la ano no tu, ma banana, la canopita, no banana, banana, potato, banana, tu cari no potato, li cari, no chica, banana.
Well, there we go. Happy birthday, Fiona Timms. If it was your birthday, if it isn't, well, there's a special one either early or late for you there. But thank you very, very much, Arbot, is it, for reminding us. Well, I think it was Fiona's birthday. Whose birthday was it yesterday? Arbot. It was for Arbot. Sorry, that was for Arbot. Banana, ba 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 bot, ba 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 bot, banana. Okay. Anyway, happy birthday, Arbot. I hope you had an absolutely special day. I hope you baked an absolutely awesome cake for yourself. So, greatly apologetic for not remembering your birthday and then giving the wrong person the birthday wishes there. But happy birthday, Arbot, our favorite chef. And I'm sure he's baked a beautiful cake for us all. Please just put $100 into Arbot's account and he will be, what do you call this, shipping around South Africa these days. I've clean forgotten about that place. Postnet it to you. He will postnet you a slice of cake. Salted caramel, please, Arbot. So yeah, Cameron, try having load shedding from 10 o'clock to 12 and then from 4 to 8. Yeah. Time to sleep. Load shedding galore. Busy. Thanks for the plug. There should be a video up next week. Thanks to Buzzy's Moment. Yeah, I think I'm holding Buzzy's Moment back myself. I'm dreadfully sorry. That would be my fault, but I'm so looking forward to that book being up. It is just not funny. And guys, I hope you're going to be listening to it as well. What is it? There's your site, whitezulubook.com website. Beautiful. And she says, yeah, the picture was of her gran. I'm very pleased it wasn't of you and of your gran, because otherwise I'd imagine you much older. What's a dodgy second half? Ooh. That rugby, I'm telling you, no wonder I didn't sleep well, because I was trying to figure out what the hang they did wrong after I went to sleep at 5:45 this morning. Because I don't know what the time is. Must have been about 9 o'clock in South Africa that rugby was on. It came on at 2 o'clock in the morning, yeah. Stage 6. These people just don't run out of stages for load shedding, hey? Center stage. Are you going to take center stage one of these days? Yeah, please hit the like button as you come in. Yeah, please do. It's actually quite interesting to see when I get like 7 or 8 likes. It's quite nice. Yeah, Hendo and Cameron and everyone who does possibly have some electricity or something to that effect, please post the links to Chris Wyatt's Rugby Ascendant, Chris Wyatt Africa, Indaba Africa, Ronaldo Gous, and don't forget our very own Rebellious Ruth. Alison, you are never late. You are just a fashionable lady. Absolutely wonderful to have you here. Thank you so very, very much. And you know what? If the good Lord looks after us and shines on us, and if my wife and myself can stop being so spendthrifty and actually just stick to our word of saving, we might be in PE. And this is a very small mite. I didn't want to say it so early, and I don't want to mention it all over the place. What do they say? Jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. But I really want to try. My mom is going to be alone for Christmas in PE over December, January. And yeah, if we could possibly pull it off, might be there. And then, Miss Johnson, we are going to make a concerted effort to see you, because then we are not going to be running around trying to pick up this, see that, do that, drop off these things, pick up these things and run all over the place. Then we are just going to say, yeah, they're done. And I hope I can actually get to see old Ronaldo as well, Mr. Zach. Where's it? Zach himself. What a good man. Everyone who hits the like button gets Oh my goodness me. We've got to put that one. A kiss from White Zulu. I love that. Thank you so very, very much indeed. What have we got here? YouTube. Which channel is that? Is that White Zulu channel? I assume that is. Didn't go through too many of them there. I can actually check it up over here quickly. I don't know. I think that is White Zulu channel. And then this is another channel. Which one is that? Yup. Chris's commentary. Here we go. Chris's commentary far better than the real broadcasters. Yes, I must agree. As I said, the only reason I do keep the broadcasters on is because they are 25 to 30 seconds ahead of Chris at the very time and moment. I would love to be and watch South Africa's DSTV. So let me be an e-beggar as well. You know what? Apparently Down Under sees up above as e-beggars, and I cannot stand out of the ring while my buddies beg. So if anybody's willing to allow me a login code for their DSTV so I can actually watch it from this side, I'm cool. If you don't watch it on your PC and you only watch it on your dish, yeah. Nobody watches SABC. I don't think SABC shows rugby. I think it is just soccer, which they've lost. So, yeah. I don't think there's anything really on. Yeah, Ruthie. Is Ruthie in the house? Bum. Hello. There we go. Yes. White Zulu. Arbot had a birthday. Yes, I know. I am so sorry, Arbot, that I... Let's try and do another one then. Especially for... Oh, these are such kiddie ones. Arbot's young at heart. Let's see if we can get this one on for Arbot without getting the wrong person. And I love the minions, so shut up and enjoy the minions, okay? And I'm probably going to get banned for life from YouTube for this. But this one, Arbot, is specially for you without having to get the wrong person in there.
Hello.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday just for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Just a day, just another year, good in our eyes, you are the best.
Especially for you, Arbot.
Gonna love you above the rest. There were times I would smile on you, may happiness always come your way. We get to love.
I'm almost sure I'm going to get a copyright strike for this. So if you don't hear any sound through this,
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday just for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. The years may come and the years may go, but that won't change what we already know. You're such a great friend, and in our hearts your love will grow. When you're feeling down, in times of trouble, we will hold your hand. You're such a great friend, and we will love you till the end. We wish the best of what the best can be. We wish for you that all your dreams come true. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday just for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Okay. Orbot, that one was specially for you. I didn't make a mistake. I meant it to be for you. So happy birthday to our favorite chef, our man down south. And you got to tell us where your restaurant is or where we can actually pick up your cooking sometime because, wow, you're always a great support. And, buddy, fist bump for you. Fist bump for you. Well done. Happy birthday, Orbot. And yeah, you know what? The man down south who speaks the truth is just going to have to make damn peace that I'm not monetized. So they can't take the money away from me if it's going to give me a, what's the name strike? Ruthie! Hello. Always wonderful to see you. So great. I want to tell you about something we did this week, which was absolutely wonderful. I asked for it, and my wifey and them all, they pulled it off. I'll show you some photos if I can as well. Hendo, yeah, I love the Minions. Yes, guys, that's why I pick Minions all the time. Fiona, yours was just an early one. So, yeah, Iska Minion Engineer. Thanks, Hendo. Yeah, I think they do a better job, probably. Orbot, that's for you, my bud. Lol, see you, school teacher. Who's a school teacher? Who's a school teacher? Teresa, you're a school teacher as well. As teaching people in the teaching profession, gotta stick together. Okay, I will play you another tune. I will find an indigenous minion tune to Happy Birthday You, White Zulu. Did Arbot sipe a lot asking for Chommy? Arbot, how's the hangover, brother? A lot of tomato cocktail this morning? Just a dash of vodka, massive amounts of Tabasco sauce. So, yeah. Let's take a look, Teresa. Everyone's saying happy birthday. Yeah, let's get some birthday wishes in the chat there for Arbot. We got some flowers, we got some kisses and cakes. I hope my wife gives me that kind of birthday wish. Of course she does. She's wonderful. There we go. Ruth, when is your birthday, Fiona? Fiona's in January. When in January? Yeah, we got to start getting a birthday calendar going. And yeah, seeing as we're not political, we are going to be, I nearly took a cigarette on stream. Bad boy. So yeah, I need to get someone to actually get all the birthdays together for me so that we can actually play and maybe design a nice birthday tune for you as such. When's your birthday? Fiona, stage 6 is equivalent to 10 hours a day. Oh my goodness me. That is absolutely nuts. So Arbot, after your big drinking spree on your birthday, you didn't pass out. It was just load shedding, bro. It's like the dude who only had one eye. His other eye is like out, couldn't see anything. And him and the other old woman, they went out for a milkshake at their favorite Wimpy. And they sat down and they just had their milkshake and they started saping. And then so Frikkie and old Yanni only had the one eye. And he's just starting to suck on his milkshake when he's bammo, load shedding. He says, yes, Frikkie, I don't want to be funny, but I think my other eye just shot as well. But yeah, sounded funnier when the dude told it. No problems, Peppers Echoes. Stage 6 head shedding was impossible. Oh, yeah, Rebellious Ruth. It's the 29th of January. The 29th of January. So we'll have to scroll that down somewhere. Somebody remind me the 29th of January. We need to play an indigenous Zulu-formed white Zulu birthday. Rebellious Ruth, so you're a Capricorn. I don't know what Capricorn. I don't know these dates. Is Capricorn's the 12th of January? I'm a Sagittarius. I don't know what Sagittarians are. I know I'm like a half horse. Wife says I'm a horse. I don't know what. I'm kidding. Let's not go there. Which I'm trying to call you on WhatsApp or perhaps add me. Ruthie, you want to jump in? Yeah, my wife is my secretary. Copy to clipboard. Let's see. Where are you? I shall hopefully be able to send it to you on WhatsApp quickly, and then you can join in the scream. Link is off to you, Rufy. Love to meet you both, says Alison. Yes, I think we should make more of a concerted effort. I've put on a lot of weight. Oh, rubbish. You're just so much more to love. Due to various issues, you just provided my incentive. Don't worry. I'm trying to get my winter body. It's summer, yeah, so I need to get into winter again. Pucker up, folks. Lovely one, lovely one. White Zulu, aka School Mom. Hi. There we go. Have I talked about Thor? It's a Thor subject for me because I've only seen half of Thor, and it's really a Thor subject because they make such a goof of him, that I've said it before. I want my manly superheroes. I can't bring you in, Ruth. I know it's like devices are not connected or something like that. So as soon as your devices connect, I can see you there, but you're jy's daar, maar jy's ook nie daar nie. You're there, but you're not there. Pepezek, have you talked about Thor? No, I have not talked. I did speak about Thor a little bit, but Ruth, your devices don't want to connect, so I can't bring you in. Kick from studio, ban from studio, edit night. I just can't click on you to bring you in, Ruth. It says devices are not connected. I don't know if you also want to blame StreamYard for it. We use a login code too. Was it? Yes, we'll chat to you about DSTV on album. That's fantastic. I'm e-begging. How's that? I'm actually feeling so good about myself. How's it down under? Uncle, I'm e-begging too. Anyway, so use a login code. Yeah, try that code again, Ruthie, because I'm going to kick you quickly so that you can actually come in again. No, I don't want to prevent you from rejoining. You'll have to go out and come in again. We use a login code too, right? Where are your cardboard signs that you need to beg with? Yes, I don't know. But I ran out of South African cigarettes, guys. So what did I do? I can't just seem to... Give me a second. You got all the time you need, me dearie. You got all the time you need. So what did I do? I went and got a whole lot of different cigarettes so that I could try and get used to Cambodian cigarettes again. Liguan. Very, very nice. They're actually pretty cool. I know this is a crap subject. It's got like this massive white, massive brown filter. It's pretty cool. And then I have the Liguan Light, which I quite like as well. It's got a normal colored filter. And then there's a 555. Pardon the pictures, but that's the pictures you have. A 555. And then Marlboro Gold, but it's not the same as the Marlboro Gold in South Africa. Let me see, how do I get this light in there? Yeah, Marlboro Gold. There we go. Some open heart surgery or something. They insist of having pictures on there, except for these two. These two are from China, so they don't have to have open heart surgery. So let's get through the thing. So yes, wife is wanting. You haven't made my begging cardboards again. Damn it all. What do you have to do to get a good secretary around here? It's awful posh accent from St. Anne's College. Where's your cardboard sign? I don't know where. Who's got the posh accent? Yes, I want to tell you, Ina's asking about Ken's birthday. I'll tell you now, honestly, load shedding put me in the worst of moods. Ay. Load shedding. Minions are so cool. Love them. I love Minions too. And I'm not a very comical person. I'm not very comical. Oh, there we go. Ruthie's given Arbot hearts, cakes, galore, donuts, presents. Oh, well done. And bananas. Okay, we do keep it to 30. What's it? We do keep it to 30 seconds. Yeah, you know me. My mouth just shoots off about things, unfortunately, but it's okay. 30 seconds. What's it? 30 seconds. Then you just get a copyright claim. I'm going to get it, and what are they going to claim? I'm not monetized. I'm not big enough to be monetized yet. I still want to become like the White Zulu. Zero videos. And she's like, more than doubled my subscription. So guys, if you find friends, like and subscribe, or somehow get me a couple of bots to subscribe. I must learn not to go through the messages, the wifey says, but I love going through the messages because can't wait to see Gru the movie. Arbot, happy birthday. Yeah, no, as Ruthie says, definitely going to get a copyright strike probably, but yeah, they'll have to live with it. I could watch all day long. White Zulu, love your accent. Yes, you have that. You have that, as I said, that out of Africa accent. That when Meryl Streep talks about her farm in Africa, it's just like that so nostalgic accent that I love. Nick Miller, how's it, Nick? Welcome. You're not late. You're fashionably early. So what does Ruth say? Yes, please. I'm so glad. I'm going through these because I tend to miss people and I hate it, but especially when you comment on someone's stream and you're like, no, comment, and they miss you. So you, no, comment again, and they miss you. And no, and we'll comment again, and they miss you, and you think, what am I? Scotch missed. What's it? Hendo says, what's Hendo got there? Arbot drank 2/3 of the wine, champagne, and the rest put into a pot. Yeah, Arbot's one of those cooking with wines that sort of like, instead of tasting the food, he tastes the wine that he puts in there. Ruthie, let me know if I've got to try and put the link somewhere else other than on the WhatsApp for you. I'm good with dates. You can email me your birth dates with Andre's permission. Yes, please do so. I think, Alison, that you do have my Telegram, WhatsApp, or whatever. Please use and abuse it. You're more than welcome to. It will be fantastic if you get it done there. Between you and Buzz, I think we should be able to get a copy strike every Sunday until I monetize the course, and then I'll just sing it for you myself. Rebellious Ruth, yes, I swear I heard Ina swearing at you. No, my wife doesn't swear. She just... Okay, yes, yeah. I hope it was a schoolman's nightmare. Woke Hollywood. Yeah, what's Woke Hollywood cannot have strong white males. Big no, goofy Thor. Yeah, no, I have not finished Thor yet. I have not finished Thor because I just cannot get it. Ronaldo's link. Thank you very much. Ruth says, give me a second. You are more than welcome, Chris Wyatt. There's Chris Wyatt. Rebellious Ruth. There is her link up again. Liguan, yeah, Liguan is Ligun, and this one is the light one. I actually like the red one, but every now and again, when the lungs need a little bit of extra waft, I take the stronger one. Yeah, 555. Yeah, I'm just happy they didn't go for a 666, otherwise I'd be really, really worried. But yeah, that is cigarettes that you get. Yeah, you're a ciggy merchant like Zuma. Yeah, you want to buy some? I got some. I can smoke all I want as long as I don't vape over here. That's all. Rook jy lekker waan? I do smoke Camel. How's it, Nick? There's Cameron saying, how's it, Nick? Nick Buzzy's Moment, please see the new look Fiona Tim's YouTube channel. Yes, I have it. I did have it. Now, let me just put this away. I did have it there somewhere. Put that away. It's under there now. So I can actually give you a quick share again. Wemo. There we go. White Zulu. Coming to a cinema near you. No, to a YouTube channel right there. Don't forget to subscribe. Hello. Well, hello.
No, bro, Dad, finally, I put it on my phone. So, yeah.
Welcome. So great to have you on the show as well.
Thank you. Oh, it's like Sunday chill out session, I tell you. And with the load shedding, it's very depressing, I must say. But you know what I do think? I think that they've known about this for the entire time, because why create a platform. Like, why create all the stages if they didn't know it was going to happen? So yeah.
Yeah, I think yes. You know what? It's and they sort of like place it at right times. Sometimes there's like nothing, and then it's like inundated. They know exactly where they're going to put it and when they're going to
No,
put
we're a
it.
bunch of frogs. We're a bunch of frogs.
Being boiled
That's
very
all.
slowly. Jump
Sorry,
out
I'm
of
in a
your
bit of
pot.
a.
Jump.
Another thing is, dear sir, you can't just play anything on the channel, I'm afraid.
I
If you
know.
play, I know, but if you play more than 3 things that haven't been slightly edited or voiced over or whatever, we usually get a copyright claim, okay?
Yeah.
Or if you get 3 copyright strikes, you're out of here. So be careful.
I'll have
just
to move
warning
to
you.
Australia and start talking about African politics. Sorry. That was
You don't want to
uncalled
do
for
that.
people. But,
You don't want to do that.
yeah,
But
no,
should I turn my camera sideways? I don't know. Now I'm upside down. Wait. No, now I'm still
hang on.
upside down.
Yeah, no, it's quite cool. It's quite okay. Right, no. It doesn't matter. We can see you. No,
Yeah.
I do realize that's why I said I was actually pushing the buck, and then I actually just pulled the whole chicken through the egg because I did the one and it was wrong, and you're gone. But yeah, I do believe that I'm in a little bit of deep dwang, and the yoke is on me because I did. But as I said, what the hang? There we go.
Sorry.
Ruthie, just back. There we go. Just back again. So yeah, I know I pulled it a little bit out because I played the one and I thought, okay, that'll be go, quickly go. And then I realized I played for the wrong person. And then I felt it wasn't so special just for one. So I had to play another one for Orbon. And then it went a little bit longer than what I expected. And Ruthie left again. I said, what's it? Who knows what goes into Chinese cigarettes? Batshit? Crazy? I don't know. Load
Sorry.
shedding taking you out badly there.
No, I'm just fidgeting with my phone. So I'm
Well,
trying to get a better.
there the camera is
better
far,
view.
far much better. Much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. Oops. Okay. Right. Now I'm sort of half stuck on my head. Now, usually I'm all sorted, but everything's dead because there's just no power. And yeah. Like,
Well, at
anyway.
least it's daytime there. Nice. What does White Zulu say? Ruth, pop in and pop out. And then
Pop in again.
Kakerlaka.
Kakalaka, hokaroka. Yeah, no.
Rhino horn he's talking about what you put in cigarettes because the cigarettes are in Shane. Rhino horn in Chinese. Listen, my wife will be encouraging me to smoke, but unfortunately, that is not a true statement. So stop poaching the rhinos, you bunch of.
Yes.
Yes, I cannot say what I want to say about you bunch of over there.
Oh, listen, I'll have a real rant on your channel.
You must go bananas. I love it. You know what? I'm not a political guy, but I don't mind the rant. So please go absolutely.
No, I was thinking about the Far Easterners this morning and thinking how they are literally mucking up. I'd like to use more profane language, but I'll save that for my own channel. In fact, you know, it's ironic. I got, obviously in the beginning of my journey, I got like friends and family to subscribe. And now that I'm sort of showing more into my content and what I really want to do, I'm like, oh God, who's actually watching me? Like, like is my little niece from, you know, KZN putting on, you know, on the channel, and now I'm saying this and beep that and pop that, and yeah, so
it
yeah,
becomes not who's watching me. It suddenly starts, who's judging me?
Well, I personally don't. At least I don't think I have any problem, like worry about my job, like conflicting with my job. So that's okay.
Myself.
But how have you been?
Me, I've been good. I've had a week and a half again because we've had to let one person go, and that person is absolutely blaming me 100% for everything. So I'm sort of like trying to avoid the absolute lash and everything, and it's been bothering me a little bit because I'm not too fond of that. But what is nice is we have a teacher who has been in he's been away overseas to the States to have operations and that done. And he's married to a Khmer lady, yeah, and he has a 9-year-old daughter, which is his absolute apple of his eye. You know, whenever we speak to him the next day or whatever, we always hear, oh, my daughter and I did this, and I did this with my daughter. And he's really so fond of her, and she's so fond of her daddy. And he's been away for about 2 months now with all the ops and everything. And now it's her birthday yesterday. And I don't know if you've heard me talk about the one thing with old, who's the motivation guy? Anthony Robbins. And he spoke about his little son where the grandmother came around with a whole bunch of balloons, and she gave it to the little son, and he was like ecstatic about getting these balloons. And then his dad said to him, well, you know what? I have a great idea. And he said, what? And he's holding on to all these balloons. He says, why don't we go to the old age home and we go and hand out all these balloons? And he says, well, with a little bit of encouragement, I got him to agree. And he went to the old age home and they handed out these balloons. And next thing, these old people were giving him attention and loving him and hugging him. And that suddenly made the whole feeling of giving so almost better than what receiving was. Not that it's not bad to receive. I'm just saying, you know what? I'm not disagreeing with e-begging yet. No, I'm kidding. But but the feeling of giving. And so this little girl was turning 10 yesterday, or she did turn 10 yesterday. She managed to get to 10. But we knew Pop's not here. Pop's is struggling to get money across from the States to here, and is in and out of hospital and an infection there and having to reoperate there again. And he is having a really, really bad time. And I can put this up because I don't think I've got anyone really from school other than DVD or anyone like that, because I don't want to throw my face to it. But I'd like to share screen pictures. And he sent me let me actually read you the little thing that he said. Andre, you guys are awesome. I was blown away what you all did. When I talked with her this morning, she told me that this was the bestest birthday ever. I have no words to express my appreciation. I was concerned to be disappointed that I was concerned she was going to be disappointed with me, not with me being gone. But obviously your care concern changed the entire situation into a very positive outcome. Please thank everyone for me. Now, when you get something like that, it means absolutely the whole world. And I'd like to show you, they said, well, what can we do? And I said, don't worry, I know chicks that work like this. And it's not anyone hectic. I grabbed hold of Mrs. Pepper and DVD's wife and DVD and Ilandi, friend of ours, and the other lady that's staying with us, Angeli, and they jumped into motion. And let me show you what they got right. All of that were the presents and that they got hold of. Donuts, a cake, sweets. There's the little girl. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she beautiful? And we gave it to a friend of ours who stayed next door, and he took it over the Saturday morning. And as I said, they were expecting the bit of a disappointment. There she's talking to Daddy. And whenever I see it, I just get an absolute lump in my throat, because it reminds me how much better it is to give than to receive. We didn't think of a budget for this. The girls didn't think of a budget. They didn't go, oh, well, you know what? This is going to cost my shoes. There we go. That's it. They didn't think, oh, well, this is going to cost my shoes, or we still want to do this grocery shopping, or we need to do that, or we need to take care of this. I said, ladies, we have a little girl who loves her dad loves her, and they're not together this birthday. Make it happen. And between Ina, Ilandi, Supia, and Angeli, they made this little girl's birthday, as her dad said. She phoned, and he was expecting his phone call was going to be her birthday present because he struggles to get through to her also with the time changes and everything. And he's been struggling to get money through and that as well. So it has been a bit of a challenge. And when she turns around and says, Dad, it's been the best birthday ever. And he turns around and says, I have no words. But I'll also tell you, you know what? We always say karma's a bitch. I'm sorry for the word. Because we always say, you do bad things, karma's going to get you. Man, let me tell you something about this gentleman. And I haven't mentioned names for specific reasons. But this gentleman is about 62, 63 years old. And he has problems with his feet, so he can't always be walking all over the place. But he's always positive. There's a place that we sit and have coffee, and he's never negative. He's always talking about good things, great things that happen, always got one-liners to make us smile. If there's something to help cover a class or something that I'm needing, he's quite happy to help. The one day I actually sat under the tree, we were having coffee, and the one guy said, I need someone to invigilate. Can you invigilate? No, I'll never do that. I won't do that. I can't do this, da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, I left it, and I carried on. At 10 o'clock, I was needing an invigilator, but I sorted it out. But at 10 o'clock, without anything, he came walking through that door by himself, a person who shouldn't be walking around too much. And he said, I said, what are you doing here? And he said, I believe you had a problem getting somebody here. I've come to help you out. So I'm telling you guys now, if you believe karma is a bitch when you do something wrong, wait until you give and watch it come back. Just watch it come back, because he gave without thing. Where's Hendo? Yeah, Hendo, she'll remember that for the rest of her life. No, she doesn't know me. I prefer to stay out of it. That's why I said I don't think anyone from school watches this or anything like that. She doesn't know me. Ken, well, they know we put it together, but everybody, and we haven't put names and faces to it. Just the neighbor who works with us, he's good friends with him. I prefer it that way, and I think it's much nicer if the left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing.
Incredible.
And
should I go?
No, sorry. Let me give you a chance.
No, don't apologize. I'm just thinking, I don't know whether to stay. I don't know whether I should go.
You want to talk about
I'm trying
Thor?
to find the comments. And now my PC's just decided to do an update.
Oh, don't you love that? You're wanting to rush home from work, and it's like 4:30, and you know that they're waiting to leave for gym at 4:30, and you click shut down, and it says update and shut down, and you think this isn't happening.
Sure. But that's amazing. What an incredible story.
But yeah, so the feeling that everyone's had, the girls that have done everything together, is just, I mean, I must give, as I said, Ina, Ilandi, Supia, which is DVD, and even DVD. I think I got a picture of DVD. He ended up at the birthday. Let us just show that DVD had a last-minute present trip as well. So if you guys haven't seen DVD looking rather chuffed with himself, well done, DVD.
What are those Bermudas?
There we go, DVD. You should wear it with your Crocs, DVD. those shoes that we all tease him about. But yeah, you were talking about Thor. It's a Thor subject to me.
It's a very Thor subject. Very Thor indeed.
The MCU, the MSHEU.
Sure.
We're going so woke, it's just not funny. It's just not funny. I like, and you know what? I'm not into men, so please, before you get the wrong idea, but I like my heroes manly, strong, muscly, making the decisions, calling the shots, beating the bad guys, not looking like some tool because a woman's outdoing him, you know. So basically, you got Goofy and whatever her name is. I've got halfway through there, and it's like, oh my goodness.
No, actually, I watched it, and obviously, I managed to get it downloaded, and I had it on my phone, and it literally put me to bed. Like I skipped through, I would say 2/3 of the friggin' movie. I didn't even really watch. I think the longest point I watched was the Zeus feature, like when they go to Zeus. I didn't like,
and I've just never bothered again to carry on. And I usually finish movies.
No, I just skipped. I just skipped it. Like skip all the pathetic boring. Yeah, I didn't like it at all. Yeah, in fact, thank God I didn't go to the cinema. Because usually with all my DC, okay, prior to 2020, all my DC and Star Wars stuff, like on opening night, got my tickets, I'm ready to watch it. Not this time.
No. I even went to watch Doctor Strange, which also had a little bit of, yeah, Buzzy says Thor was very disappointing. Doctor Strange, it also had a few spots of putting the woke into it, but I mean, you could work over it if you wanted to. I think in Korea it was cut out. I think in China it was cut out, where the little girl tells them about her two moms, and then like, you really
Yeah,
needed to have two
vaguely.
moms in the movie.
Yeah.
What was that for? Where did that freaking come in, and what was that for? You know what? Just forget about it. We're there for Doctor Strange, not to worry about how many mothers this chick had. But anyway,
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. But I suppose my son wants to know, why have they stolen the rainbow? Like, he remembers the rainbow, and like, why now is it all over? I suppose it's always been a symbol,
Yes,
a symbol of
that's
that.
true. The rainbow, people have different things. What's Senda say? Dodgy Crocs DVD probably bought it online when he saved too much. DVD, there's one for you, buddy. But yeah, the rainbow, I don't know. You know what? It's very controversial. Let's go controversial. You want to go controversial? Let's go controversial. The rainbow is actually a covenant and a promise, not a gender identifying, multiplying. You know what? Are you a bird or a bee with a stinger, a bird with a stinger, a stinger but want to be a bee but want to be a bird with a stinger, or whatever you want to be. And my biggest problem with that is, I'll be honest with you. Let's talk about gay, LGBTQT. And now I might lose viewers in the process, but let's kick it off while we're on these last few minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry, lubricating throat so that I can talk a lot again. Just do this if you want to talk, because I can talk. But let me tell you something. Is it wrong? Is it right? Is a lot of times questions asked me. You know what? I don't know. I couldn't care. There are wrongs and there are rights that need to be there. If I have to give you a biblical answer to it, I do believe I'm Christian. Do I live the 100% right Christian life? No, I don't think so. Should you be able to judge me on it? No, I don't think so. There is one person who can judge me on it, or not a person. There's one God that can judge me on it. Okay. Now, the only problem that I do have with this, why is this not? Sorry, it's bothering me. But the only person that can judge me is not human. So that's number one. Number two, the only problem I do have with this rainbow stuff is, yes, it is a covenant from God that actually promised not to punish the earth again. So yes, it shouldn't be a LGBTQ sign or whatever. Find your own sign. But then again, how many people have used different signs? You've got a pentagram sign that is used in the Pope, that is used by the Satanists, that is used by churches, that is used by the Jewish, that is used by the, I don't know if it's Presbyterian or whatever, but is used all over the place. The lodges, a sign is a sign is a sign. You cannot actually push them together and say, oh, that sign's that. It's like 666. 666 is known to be a bad sign, but I'm telling you, if you gave me $666, I'm not going to argue you up or down. I will take it. Thank you very, very much. I'm not going to question the fact of the amount of dollars you're giving me. So next thing is, the only thing that I don't enjoy about these parades as such, and I want to tell you about people that I know. The parades have become very sexually, I should say, advocated. You know, it's all like, whoa, you know what? It's more of a without sounding bad, a whore parade. You know what I'm saying? A slut parade, because it's like sex and trying to slut and things like that. It's not. I don't like that, and that is why pride doesn't work for me, because I don't think that's anything to be proud of. However, somebody asked me, so is it wrong or is it right? So let me tell you about two people that I do know that actually own a business but don't have a car, that don't have a house, because the business is more of a sort of a hotel or whatever. They stay in one of their rooms. They are both gay, and they are probably my age, I would say, maybe a dash younger, maybe a dash older, but they are very dedicated people. They run an NGO that they look after and fight for and take care of children. I don't know if you've heard me talk about the family foundation with this ladies that have taken the whole front of the business actually covers their foundation costs. Their faith is genuine and strong. But they don't run around like a Jehovah's Witness, if you want to put it that way. Now, but they are so genuine that these are the people, this type of person I aspire to be. So now tell me something when I say to you, and you say to me, is this wrong? And I say to you, but that's the person I'm aspiring to be. That's the example that has been set for me. And I'm going, you know what, if I could only be half the person that person is. So where do you go wrong? So I'm saying it is wrong in different aspects. If you ran a pride show the way you run at Rio Carnival, they're not exactly the cleanest things to run, if you know what I'm saying. But that doesn't put it on the type of person. You shouldn't be branded in that sense. And they're branding it like that. And that is so wrong. Because if you're a gay person, you've got as much, how should I say, you should as much freedom to be a normal human being as what we are. You don't have to be a extra sexual person, if I can put it that way. You should be able to be happy. You should be able to have a job and a family and a life, put food on the table and do decent things as well. And there are people that are like that I aspire to be like. And so the question placed to me is it right? Who am I to judge, number one? And number two, if I know people like that who are quiet, who are decent, hardworking, very intelligent, and I aspire to have half the faith that person has, although they don't advocate it, and it's just from long talks and things that have run out. How can I say, you are wrong, but by the way, I'm aspiring to be like you? So guys, you know what? A person is a person. And you deserve
Anna Marie has nailed it, if I may just say so. She says, I'm alive, I'm a live and let live. Do you but don't try and force it down. Do what you must do, but don't try and force it down my throat. It's like raising kids. I do me, you do you. I will take advice if I think it's for me.
There we go. We go.
Yeah.
One of the best advice I ever got as well, and I think well done. Thanks, Anna Marie, for that, by the way. One of the best, and I did training for companies in South Africa and that. I did training for one of the biggest companies, your JD Group. And I trained everything. And basically somebody said, you know what, go to seminars, go to training, and even if it's not worth it, see what you can take out of it. And then my training business, as you know, the company that I had a retainer with went down, and obviously I didn't have enough companies to keep me up. So I had to go back into retail again. And then they had to put me on training with the retail. Then you had the HR lady who was already a little bit younger than me, but also knew my history and was a little intimidated by saying to me, well, tell me if I'm right or if I'm... And I looked at her and I said, I'm not yet to judge you. I'm yet to learn from you. She said, but haven't you done this before? I said, yes, but I haven't got it trained from you before. And with every training session, I didn't see if I could fault the person who was training at what I would have done, or what's better, what I would be better at, or you would be better at, or you were worse, or what you didn't do, or what you should have done. I spent the session trying to see what I could take out of it. And if more of us could spend our lives seeing what we could take out of each other, the good that we could see from each other, what we could get from each other, and learn from each other and stand together and help each other without trying to judge each other. And so after that, our training sessions were wonderful. because she would sometimes come to me often and say, how's about this? Can you help me with something there? And I'd give it to her and I'd say, there we go, you do it. Because I'd come back and I'd say, that's fantastic. I learned this and I learned this and I learned this. But you've been training that for years. Yes, but I learned it from you. You never stop learning. And you don't have to be a trainer to learn from people. You can learn from everybody. And it doesn't matter. If I'm not mistaken, the lady was also a lady that was with another lady, yeah. And you know what? We had a big fight about absolute respect and something like that the one time, a huge fight, and we actually sorted it out, and we were best of understanding friends in the end. And I had the biggest amount of respect for her, and she was amused at not amused, but surprised at the fact that I wasn't judging her every time we went on training. I sat there and I was taking notes and going back. And this is what we should do in life. We shouldn't be trying to fault find everybody all the time. We should be learning from everyone. You might find someone that is totally wrong or totally off the other side of the tracks or totally messed up or whatever. But you know what? Somewhere along the line, you're going to find something that is valuable to your life. And who said it? Anna Marie said, if it fits me, I'll take that little bone and carry along with it. The rest I'll leave. And that's why I say self-help books and these motivators and all these wonderful people. Rah, 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 rah. It worked for them. That's great. Don't follow their pattern. I'm not saying don't listen to motivational people, but I'm saying don't follow their pattern because of the simple reason. Take what fits your life there from this one, take from that one, and take from that one, and put together what fits your life. Because what made their life is not going to make yours. Sorry,
No,
let me give you
100%.
some time to talk.
No, it's 100%. I don't know. I think, well, you've been over an hour. We can carry on chatting if you want, just about, I suppose, general things in general. But I mean, what I find, what's been reported back to me in the younger generation is that now ones that want this woke narrative to supersede, they're now picking on people who are not that way inclined.
Yeah,
If that makes
it's
sense.
becoming a South African reverse.
Yeah.
Like South Africans
What is
reverse.
it? It's not like that there, is it? Where you are?
No, not really. Actually, it's more the other way around in than South Africa.
Okay, they're more conservative.
But let me put it to you that way. No, it's not more conservative. It's just that if you're white-skinned, you have in a schooling environment, in a national schooling environment, you've got a good chance because they're looking. If you're a native English speaker and you are white-skinned, you have a better chance because that's what the people want for their children in the international school. We used to do marketing with the previous school that I was at. On a Saturday morning, they'd go marketing. We can't speak the language, but it's important that you have your white teachers walking around behind the back to say, look, it's our international teachers. We have them with us. Sign up for our school. So what's the international teacher got to say for himself? I don't know. I'm just dressing. I'm the window dressing that comes along at the back part. And then you have teachers from what they would surrounding islands and things like that have or they would state as non-native English speakers, although their English is perfectly well spoken. Their qualifications are sometimes higher. Their intentions are more dedicated than these wallabies that, when I say wallaby, I don't want to say wallabies because it sounds Australian, but just these others that come across. I mean, you're a Caucasian dude, you come across, well, it's easy to get in Cambodia. Oh, you know what? I don't want to do a bartender's job. I'll just jump into teaching and get a good pay, because the person who comes from the surrounding islands and that, he's seen as non-native. So guess what? His salary is quite considerably lower than yours, just because he's considered. So that's where is a little bit of bias. I really wish the schools would take a look. And of my non-native stated, when I say non-native, I don't mean that they cannot speak English. They're really well qualified. They are probably the most cooperative, the most supportive. They speak really well. They are the most engaging in class, and they're dedicated because it's their work, it's their jobs. This is their career that they aspire to. And I just feel that they should, I'm not saying more, but I mean, just put them on equal footing. These people work
I
really,
think
really
so.
hard. So that's where it's sometimes a little bit bent the other way around in Cambodia. And I find, you know what, if you go and take a look at any country's got these bends. I know South Africa is just a little bit more prominent, but they are just so damn open with their corruption and prominence. It's just not funny, and they just can't see it.
No, it's, yeah, no. Look, every government is corrupt. That is a given. Deals get done for the benefit of whatever. But I know the Americans have known for at least 20 years what's been happening in this country, and it's just tragic. It's just tragic. So, but yes. And is the ADHD problem as as prominent in, let me stick to that word, in Cambodia? Do you find kids are also battling with this ADHD thing, or was it not?
Sometimes, yes. What do you classify ADHD this time? A kid that hasn't been parented properly, and everyone just decides, well, I haven't tried to give him the time of day, so he's ADHD. Because I find that the modern world these days, I'm not going to refer to South Africa only, but I just refer to the fact that the modern world is, if you don't behave and I haven't put any effort into you anyway, you're ADHD. Get a pill to calm you down, or something to that effect, etc., etc. However, you do find kids that are a little bit over exam. I mean, I had a guy the other day. He's a wonderful little chap, and we have a really soft spot in my heart. And I had to. We were doing a graduation, and I was there. I had to represent the secondary session, and he was one of the MCs. And you can see he couldn't stand still when he was waiting. But he's really an outspoken guy. He has such great intentions, but you could see sitting still is not just his game. Even the teacher lets him just move up and down a little bit, but tries to keep him. So yes, you do have it. No, it's not blown out of proportion. You should have a counselor, and that in school, and that. Our students are not what you see on TV, like and sit down and work. They come in, they are reckless. They drive Camaros. Some have got Jeeps. Others come by bicycle. It depends on how rich, or some are dropped off in Maybachs, and you name it. And they think that the world owes them. Some of them, you got to sometimes really be hard. They are school kids here as well. They, what they like. They're K-pop. They like this. They like that. It's not like a little, when you see on TV, the little Asian guy walks in, hello sir, ding 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 ding, and you get lines and things. But yes, and there was a little guy that I had in my first school. I don't think he got the attention he needed, because he was the first kid that was bumped off at school in the morning. So if you got to school at 6:30, there he was. And he would always want you to walk him down to the store on the corner so that he could buy an energy drink, for crying out loud. He's in grade 1, and extra hot noodles. So of course, this guy's on an absolute rush the next day, for the day. I literally had to pull him off the window bars the one day. He was just running around and everything, and I had to pull him off the window bars to sit down to try and get him to work. But he was the last to be picked up. This poor little guy would sit there and wait. Everyone would get picked up. Everyone would be fetched. And practically, when you think he's not going to be fetched, I think his grandpa would pull up on a little scooter and pick him up and go. I think his parents drove by there on weekends and on public holidays to see, just in case the school might be open, so they could bump him off.
Shame. So I listened to on the Joe Rogan show. I listened to a guy called Gabor Mate. I think that's his name. Yeah. Check me if I'm wrong. I did. By the way, I started a Rebellious Ruth WhatsApp group. I decided.
Okay. There we go, guys.
So I think Buzzy's got the link, but I don't know if she should put it up here. But anyway, you're welcome to join, whoever's in the chat and would like to join. We post jokes. I posted this interview with Joe Rogan, and this Gabor Mate, who is a clinical psychologist, I think, he's a doctor. He sort of diagnosed and what he realized is that ADHD and anxiety are actually the body's way of coping to trauma. And it's not a disease, it's not a condition, it's the way your body copes. And this is the first diagnosis or explanation that seems to be holding water for me. That actually, when you're a child and when you're a baby, how do you deal with your parents shouting or fighting, or when you're a child. I mean, I said my own first marriage, that was the case with us. And I think my son has developed these coping mechanisms, he has been, but actually I've never wanted to label him at all, because he loves history. He could come on now. Well, he wouldn't come on. That's the thing about, I don't know what what are the new teenagers called? Not Gen X. We're Gen X. Are we? Or we Gen Z? I always get confused.
No, I think we're Gen X. I'm not
We're
too
Gen
sure.
X. What are they? You get the
what are the new
millennials and
ones?
then that?
I don't know.
Anybody
not
in the
too sure.
comments, if you could look that
Yeah,
up.
if anyone
But-
can pop it in there.
But the truth is, it's kind of interesting to see that actually makes sense. Like, I believe I have ADD for sure. Like, you've heard me on the chats. I go from one topic to the next. I turn around, I tell little bits of this and that, and then eventually I come full circle, or I just completely forget what I was going to say. And it's a stress. It's definitely a stressor,
What
how the brain
you're saying makes perfect sense, because I mean, anxiety wise, look, I suffer from a lot of anxiety. I actually like pop a tab or two just to like bring it down, which is probably a wrong thing, because as you say, it is a body's coping mechanism. And when you need to make quick decisions under pressure, you need adrenaline. And anxiety causes your brain to tune like, okay, open the adrenaline sluice gates. We're under pressure. Let's get this thing done, which is, of course, creating stress, which makes you perform, which then makes you a lot more anxious. And sometimes I think in this world, it's not as dangerous. And I say that very cautiously, because sometimes in a bad situation, bad relationships, bad marriages, bad parenting, it is dangerous. But I think it makes sense when you say that, because you actually your body coping is to make decisions under the pressure that you are, or in the situation that you are. Very fascinating to hear that, by the way.
Yeah, I'll send you the interview. It's about 14 and a half minutes. Yeah. And it's amazing. So I would say the straight, non-woke young individual, they don't want their faces on a selfie. Like, someone close to me said to me, please take that down. I said, but it's like a 10-year-old picture. Like, it's 10 years old, you don't look like this anymore. No, doesn't want to be on any social media. So this is my belief. There's a pendulum effect. We've had that's why this woke culture is, because we were so against being gay or being liberal, or, you had the Second World War, and now everything is
swung the other way.
Now we're in that mode. The choice, the real thing is, when is it going to just swing evenly? When is it just going to come sort of and stop in the middle?
I've got something here. I wanted to go back to what Alison said. She says, I'm at an all-girls school. When on break duty, you will see them French kissing. I have nothing against guys, but the behavior of French kissing at school is not appropriate. But if I say that, I think you carried on there. If I say that, I will be called homophobic and racist. SA teacher, hands tied. Yes, sadly, yes. And you know what? You've got to send boundaries for what happens where. I mean, at school as well, I've had to call in a whole grade before and say to boys, you cannot harass girls. This is where you study. This is where you learn to respect each other. Because unfortunately, coming from certain homes, many times, I mean, when I was teaching, I would teach my grade 3s about being gentlemen and ladies. And they would, like, when they got up to go, they'd like rush for the door. And I would say, right, this is how it works from now. When we leave, we all get up. Gentlemen, we'll walk to the door. You will open the door for the ladies. You will let the ladies leave first. And by the way, ladies, as you leave, thank the gentleman for opening the door and letting you leave. And then the gentlemen, you make sure that you leave after the ladies quietly. And then when I got to a grade 11 that I had to speak to these people, I had to explain to them that they don't see the picture of a gentleman as pathetic. Because now a gentleman has been painted as a pathetic, spineless individual and not an upstanding, strong-headed, no-nonsense-taking, protecting figure. You know what? It's like when I talk about, and I'm going to shoot into something that sometimes makes people uncomfortable. When you speak about Christianity, and I'm not saying, you know what, your religion's your religion, by all means, it's whatever's good for you. But sometimes people go Christian, pathetic, spineless, turn the cheek, slap the bum, throw your face in the ground and rip the. There's a difference between sometimes you're the lamb because you can be. But don't mess with this lamb because there's also a lion. And this is what people fail to see, is that you can be a gentleman and yet be a protector and not take nonsense and cut straight to it. And there's so many different things. I'm looking. I can't keep up with the what am I talking about? The chat. I have ADHD as well. I have verbal diarrhea. I just call it verbal diarrhea. It sounds far better. So we got White Zulu saying she doesn't know about the difference. Didn't know the salaries for foreigners. Yes, there is. I'm with you on that one. Then I got Cameron. Blatant corruption is more irritating than hidden corruption. Yeah, it is true. But the whole world is just stupid. What pop this pill and we'll see if it sticks. Yes. I think caricature of an Asian kid have a I'm not getting through to everyone. Shout it again if you want to shout it, because I'm actually on a point with Ruthie over there, and I'm actually very interested in what you've got to say further on there, because I do believe it's the time and the effort that parents put into your child, and I also believe it is what is exposed of it. I think your scenario that you're asking for is probably greater than what is shown in Asia, because I mean, I said, I need to go and see a psychologist. I'd like, just not because I'm nuts or anything like that, but I'd like to have my tabs checked out. I've been on the same tablets for the last 4 years, and sometimes you just want to have them balanced and see that everything's okay. I can't get it done yet. The one person that I went into went. And I went like, Mr. Miyagi, what are we doing? And they're like, no, we do Reiki. And I'm like, no. Take a look at tablet I'm taking. And you don't really find it. It's a thing of save face. It's like if you can't get a child not to pass a grade here, because it's an absolute, you know what, saving face is something that is very, very important here. You do not want to be embarrassed here. The person, the culture, the country, everything is so anti-embarrassment, and you don't embarrass a person. And if your child is ADHD or something to that effect, you don't want to be embarrassed in that way. And I'm not supporting whatever sexual preference or LGBTQ preference that your child takes. But I had one teacher saying, oh, well, the lovely thing is, lovely being able to be at school is to help children come out and be who they want to be. And I'm going like, can you not freaking let a child be a child for first of all, and just let them enjoy childhood, support them in being a childhood, and leave them to make those decisions when those decisions are due.
Yeah.
But we are so forcing children to make a choice. Who suddenly said? I think there was somebody in the chat who said that we seem to be forcing decisions onto our children and making things happen. I don't know where we are now, but I want you to go on first as well, because you have a very, very interesting point that you were busy talking about.
No, and I think in South Africa they've kept the religion out the schools. I think, and thank God for private schools, because there are still schools that are private that hold good biblical values. And try and teach, but I think people are also just a little bit hurtful of the hypocrisy, and at the end of the day, no person goes to his death without error. No person is sanctimonious. No person is a saint. We all falter. We all trip up. We all sin. And I mean, what is up and coming is our Jewish New Year. And we spend after that, 10 days after that, we spend a day. You're supposed to be in synagogue. You're not allowed to wear leather. You wear white or light colors, no jewelry, no perfumes. You don't bathe that day. You bathe. So it's for 25 hours, and you don't eat or drink anything for 25 hours. And you literally, there's pages and pages of the sins that it repeats. Things like you've been, wanting, you've been jealous, you've been wanting, you've spoken bad about someone, you've you've done something without your knowledge, without their knowledge. And it's all about forgiving one's self and one's fellow man. They say God doesn't hold a grudge to him. Like he's not going to strike you down against him. He's going to strike you down for what you do to your fellow man.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah.
That's what, what, and I love the people who are actually still, how's it, I don't know who's 100% true, greetings, but it's very much, I love those things when people can actually skip, because I look up to that. I look up to, let me give you some things that you talk about, that we talk about, that we can learn from people. I learn from Muslims, I learn from Jewish people, I learn from Buddhist people. And it's amazing that you learn from the people, the respect they have for each other, the respect they have for their religion, to actually go through that. And I think, if a couple of Christians would actually maybe just have that little bit of respect for their religion, it'd be great. Wouldn't that be cool? Check there, but we're busy condemning there. That doesn't really work too well. Although, I don't believe, I think everyone, I don't want to go into such a religious condemnation. I believe everyone has their savior and they are to be saved. But I just sometimes look at the conduct, and throughout the line of conduct that happens, and the respect that is given. I mean, I even take a look at now, Chumben. Chumben has started now, and we'll probably talk about Chumben next weekend, because Chumben is quite a big holiday, but they start now already with like tomb sweeping and taking things to the pagodas and that. And I'll see if I can't maybe hit a pagoda with Supia, but I think they're going away next weekend with my other friends, DVD and Supia and Ilandi and Niels are going away. So, and I won't be able to go, but we'll still talk about Chumben. But they have like this respect when it comes to Khmer New Year. I know we were talking about it, the respect that they have for their parents. And as you said, somewhere along the line, somebody's got to forgive themselves. And actually, we have this little thing that we have every 2 weeks, and we get a couple of people together called City Church. It's like Church in a Box. It's Pastor Carl's brainchild, and he sends it out to New Zealand, and he sends it out to us here in Cambodia, and I think it goes to Canada as well. And he actually does an English section. And you know what? If there's enough people who'd like to, I would actually quite happily put it out on Pepper's Echo so that you could maybe see it at 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning if you want to. It's half an hour. He does 2 worship songs, and he gives a good message. And one of the things that he was talking about in choices, and one of the things that came up today was, you know what, if you're walking around, you need to, and it was a part of the Bible, that you should not be walking around with spear marks in you. You know what, your forgiveness of yourself, of others, of things that are dragging along from your history, you cannot produce the seed that you are planted to be. And nobody's planted or sown to be the same seed. You're not all ministers, you're not all teachers, you're not all athletes, you're not all, you all have your own calling. But what was profoundly noted that you just said is, you need to forgive yourself as well. You need to forgive others as well. But yourself, we're sometimes so busy trying to make the walls of forgiveness that we forget the burdens that we ourselves carry. And that is absolutely so special what you said.
Thank you. And another interesting face of it, like we're the one creature different to all creatures, in that we have speech, right? That's the one thing that sets us mostly apart from any other creature on this earth, right? The ability to speak. And
Yes.
the one thing that we believe God does take seriously is when you say you're going to do something. So if you say, when you, obviously maybe not in Cambodia all the time, but you bump into someone who you haven't seen in 10 years. Oh my God, we should do lunch. We should do lunch. They're
Ons moet braai.
ons moet braai, and there's no water behind it. There's no concrete behind it. It's all just, God holds you to your word, there are laws about monetary, how you conduct yourself within. If you have a day worker and they work that day, make sure you have the money for the end of that day. If you don't pay a day worker and then say, oh no, you'll pay them at the month end kind of thing, like, unless that is the arrangement,
Yes.
there are a lot of, and it's really like a guideline, and like certain laws that are just, some laws we have no idea why they are that way, right? But
Mm-hmm.
the main foundation, I think, is how we treat each other. Okay, which
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, I believe, was very insistent on, and
Our conduct.
our conduct
And
and how we respond to things.
that is level throughout. If you actually take a look throughout most religions, your conduct is there. And it's just the respect that different religions have for those conducts that sometimes impresses me and amazes me. And then we say, how can we say you're wrong? I'm not going anti-Christian. There we go. You know
No,
what? I will
I have
be the first one to
plenty
say
Christian. I'm not
but
anti-Christian. I mean,
I am a Christian through and through, but I do not want to allow myself to be the one to judge anyone else in the same process, because there's so much respect that is shown. And when you show respect, you get respect. And as I agree, if we could just be there for ourselves, or not ourselves, well, yes, for ourselves too, but if we could be there for others, doesn't matter who you are, be a Samaritan. Henda, I'm not talking about Sylvester Stallone now. That was really cool as well. But I'm talking about being a Samaritan. It doesn't matter who you were to who you help. Your conduct is exactly what you're saying. And that was such a point that you brought up now. It's just like, I know I'm going over time badly. I'm sorry. You're missing F1 or GP or something like that.
no, there's no F1 on today. It's actually a very, very unbusy weekend. And of course, with the load shedding, I can't even, like usually I like doing a bit of a roast on a Sunday and getting in the kitchen and so I'm feeling quite
You don't know what to do with
unuseful,
yourself.
quite useless. But yeah, Nick's saying goodbye. Goodbye, Nick. Take care.
Cheers, Nick.
Yeah, so
Take care. Nick.
I don't know when you want to finish. Did I show you this book? I don't know if you caught it on one of those streams. Oh gosh, just 1 second. There's some. Oh gosh, I don't know if you ever saw this book.
No, the mule. Oh, Buzzy was telling me about it, and I actually want to take a look. The boy, the mule, and the fox. You actually did a whole show on that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I tell you, it really hit some beautiful core values to me, for me, and how important it is not to put ourselves down. And we're all going through the same stuff, We all have our insecurities. We all are just trying to get by, and I think it's just so important not to persecute each other, And I said to this person who's like, "Yeah, I don't like what they, now the pendulum's swinging again. Now they're taking on. They don't like the rainbow people," and I was like, "Okay, but now think about what you're doing. You're playing into their hands. You have to be stronger, and you have to just accept that that's their choice, but you will stand firm in knowing that you're not going to be part of that." It's seriously, it's actually.
I question who are the rainbow people?
What we were talking about them earlier?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I do not believe that a gay person is a rainbow person. And I tell you why. I believe it is a certain kind of people. It's same as you have the strong arm hunter who beats his wife. You have that kind of person who's in church every Sunday, and then you get the quieter person who's in church every Sunday. They're the same kind of people, but they're just different as well. And I believe that, if you're going to, and this is why I was saying, you should have the right to quietly be your own person, who you want to be, and to be treated, like you said, tolerantly with each other. You don't have to be sometimes I think the rainbow has given rise to, as I said, sexual connotation. And where I've seen people who could be classified as rainbow people, but are so much more normal and so much more respectful and so much more
Sure. We shouldn't generalize.
You know what? I strive to have the calmness or the contentment that they have in their lives, the passion that they have as Christians, but don't blurt it into everybody's face, and the mission that they work with, but they don't advertise everything. It's not thrown in my face. It's not thrown in your face. We have great conversations about things. They are two very, very wonderful, decent people, and I aspire to be them. I do not classify them as rainbow people because I do not believe they're that kind of person. I believe they are, and I'm sorry to judge now, but I believe they are a step ahead of that. They are a step ahead of me because, as I said, I aspire to be like them because of the wonderful people they are. They're absolutely nothing's too much for them, nothing's too little, but they're not overbearing people. And it's normal. We carry on. We're normal people, and so this is why I say, how do we put it in these days? These days we've got so used to putting people into a box. I mean, I've just put people into a box now. I mean, I'm going to be this straight out. When you said rainbow people, and I'm going, yeah, but who are they? They these kind of people. I just boxed them out there quickly. I mean, that's what we do, and I agree with you. We should be just tolerating. Somebody said, yeah, tolerant. Yeah, I'd love to hear what Pastor Carl has to say about it. Pastor Carl's a little bit more forward than what I am, and he has. But yeah, we should get him on sometime. I love the banter with you, Ruth, because you got such interesting, fascinating subjects that you deeply delve into.
Thank you. I wish I was better read, honestly. I find Jordan Peterson fascinating. I don't know, some people don't like him.
I love Jordan Peterson. Yeah.
I actually bought his book, and it's very hectic, and the writing's really small. So when you get in, you literally need to take a Ritalin to get into it.
YouTube works great.
So yeah, I'm tackling that one when I can. But it's, you know, at the end of the day, we all want Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We all want shelter, food, safety.
That's why I say, for me, I'm never, ever, ever going to talk against South Africa. Don't ever ask me to do so. It's a lovely place, and in a heartbeat, I'd be back there if I had the opportunity. But I do not have the opportunity. What I find here is a simple life. Now, I'm not saying a life without flaws, but it's simple. There's low unemployment, but very high people living under the breadline. But it's like, here's a service, here's a payment, and I'll do it for you. And people are a lot more friendly. And I'm not saying you don't find the good old grumpy Cambodian around there who's tuk-tuk driver that you'd like to smack out of his front seat sometime. He's been so rude. But it's just a simple life. And if we can try and simplify life a little bit more again, I think we would. And respect is out the window. It's like my way or the highway. It's entitlement like you'll never believe. But yeah, I just want to answer something quickly to 100% True says, dude, how did white South Africans manage to maintain their grammatical use and perfect British accent for so long after residing in South Africa for so long? It was a question actually that came up, and actually congratulations, 100% True for getting to Korea. We should have you on sometime, and you can tell us how you found it and your trip there, because the last time we spoke, you were on your way there. And we'd really like to maybe have you on, and you could actually tell us about your experience. But I'm actually going to go off topic quickly and just say, we can bring it up as another topic. We were talking about non-native and native speaking English, and South Africans to a high extent are considered native speaking English. But now the problem is, somebody actually said the other day, what South Africans are native English speaking? So I said, I'm native English speaking. I've been born and bred English. I was brought up in an English school. Actually, our school had the Union Jack on the back of its coat of arms and everything like that. I've spoken English at home. I've spoken English, etc., although I can speak Afrikaans well. I've got a lot of my family that's Afrikaans, but I speak English. When I married my wife, the two daughters were in an Afrikaans school, but the little one hadn't gone to a school yet. And so when I put him to school, I put him into an English school. I've just been English all my way, all my life. Let's put it that way. But then let's take a look at an Afrikaans person and put them into an English situation, and then tell me, are they native English or not? Especially when you listen to their tenses, maybe an accent and things to that effect. And so the question is, are South Africans actually native English speakers or not? Very, very interesting question there. And I think we'll actually leave that for a show on its own, because we're running into heavy time. Yeah. But are South Africans
my
actually
battery's
native
just
English
tuned
or
me.
not?
My battery's just tuned me. And I have got no way of charging it. So I'm like a bit. But yeah, thank you for having me on. It's lovely.
Thanks for coming. I really we should have a deep one again. I really love your shows, and the topics that you actually investigate and go into is thought-provoking, and it also helps me just to sometimes let out a bit of feelings that I feel. However, I don't know if it is to the good or the bad of my channel. Sometimes I hope I don't offend people, but you know what? Sometimes deal with the truth and just see me as another person looking from the outside inside. And I love what you do. Thank you for the pop in, though.
Pleasure. Buzzy just asked me to open to a page to see if it was. So I opened it up on that one. I don't know if you're seeing.
It says life is turn it, go this way. Yeah, there. Life is
difficult,
but you are loved. Beautiful. Let's end with that. Ruth, I think you said it all. Thank you so very, very much. I appreciate everything. We're going to end with Ruth saying, life is difficult, but you are loved. Guys, everybody, Teresa, Hendo, Alison, 100% true, White Zulu, all you wonderful people, Cameron, Buzzy, Teresa, oh man, I can't go, Ruth.
Alison.
Alison, thank you so, so very much. Remember that. I love that last thing to finish off with, and that's exactly what I'm going to call it, right there and then. Life is difficult, but you are loved. Thank you, Ruth. Have a beautiful evening. Okay. Guys, take care. And if you can't be good, at least be kind. Cheers, cheers.